All right, well, we can go ahead and get this show started. Thank you guys so much for coming. I do see a few names that aren't familiar to me, so if I haven't met you, I want to introduce myself. My name is Jessica. I am the executive director here at the MCFRC. Thank you so much for coming to our collaborative. Today we are going to be hearing from two different people. We're going to be hearing from Izumi. She's going to be talking to us about the Rebate Reduction Act and how this program is rolling out in our community and how it could possibly help households qualify for new energy efficient cooling and heating systems. And we will also be hearing from VITA about their services as well. If you have not, please sign in the chat with your name and where you're from and an email. And Izumi, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Do I have the capability to share my screen?
Sure.
Okay, let me see. Let's see if I can see my screen. Here we go. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oops. There you go. Okay, can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Thank you, BJ. Okay, thank you so much, Jessica. My name is Izumi Tanaka. I am a resident of PMC. I lived in Los Angeles for more than 30 years, and at the beginning of the pandemic, we moved here to PMC. We did have a home for the last 20 years as a weekend home, but we have been living here for full time for 5 years at this point. And I'm a realtor actually, but I specialize in sustainability and energy efficiency. And I wanted to share with you some very important information for any homeowners. It also applies for renters. Basically, as Jessica said, I will go through the presentation to share with you how you may be able to benefit from this government program. So I am assuming that most of you are living in the mountain communities, and as during the winter, we do get some cold weather. And I know personally of quite a few people who are having a hard time keeping the home nice and warm in the winter. We had to also do some upgrades when we first started living in the mountain to make sure that we're not we're not cold. So, anyways, is it I'm in Fraser Park? I understand you have the SoCal Gas and Edison, and I think some parts of the Lubec are PGE. And we up here in PMC are either propane or electric. And our propane bill gets quite high, and I know many people whose electric bill can get really expensive. And so one of the things that I wanted to tell you is what really causes that utility bill to be high. This is a picture of my neighbor's home. As you can see, this is after we had some snowfall. And what you see here is that above the eaves, the snow is still there. But in the main section of the roof, you see that snow melted. And this means that your heat is escaping from your home. In other words, you're heating your home, but the heat, as you probably know, the heat rises and it's just escaping through the roof. And that means this home doesn't have enough insulation under the roof. So the insulation is one of the biggest, the biggest sinner of wasting your energy. So having insulation is really important. And leaky house means that a lot of times around the windows, it's not airtight. So sometimes if you're sitting by the windows, you may feel the draft coming through. And even your window, if you have single pane glass window, some old homes still have single pane that like just transfers the cold air from outside and makes your home colder. So your heater has to work harder to keep your home warm. And so, you know, obviously that your heating system and water heater can be, you know, old and it's not efficient. So heating the airspace and water are the most energy heavy, meaning that those are the things that uses your energy the most. And the other things obviously are appliances and the you probably have heard many over the years, this last several years, to change your light bulb. If you have incandescent lights, those are the really warm lights that when you turn it on, and those are the light bulbs that gets heated when you if you the light is turned on, if you touch it, it gets really hot. And and if you change it to LED light, it's going to make a big difference. So here are the smart some solutions that is known that can help you save some energy. So like I said, the insulations, the exterior wall should be really have good insulation. Also the crawl space. If you go into your crawl space and look up under the floor, if you don't have insulation, so your cold air is seeping through the floor, that might make your home really cold. And this goes in about the heat as well. In the summer, all this insulation would insulate the heat out, so you can, you know, you can keep your home nice and cool. Lighting, obviously, like I said, the LED light bulbs makes a huge difference. And and then the water heater, obviously, if you're using electric water heater, even the tankless water heater takes a lot of energy. And then the dryer, clothing dryer, it also takes a, whenever you're heating air mass or water mass, it's taking a lot of energy. So so here comes what I came to talk to you about. There is a law that was enacted in 2022 called Inflation Reduction Act. And Inflation Reduction Act was designed to help the country to lower the energy usage and then help help all the family households to save on your energy bill. So any of you who have tax liabilities, you can get these things done, and then at the end of the year when you file your tax return, get some significant amount of credit. And I'm going through some of these, and these are smaller ones. So energy efficiency upgrade. If you are upgrading your electric panel, a lot of homes, older homes have 100 amp panel. If you can upgrade it to 200, you can get tax credit. And also, if you do the installation, install new installations and change your windows to a more efficient windows, even exterior doors, you can get tax credit. And then if you also put electric, if you have an EV and if you install a charger, you can get credits. And then this is a more significant tax credit. So heat pump HVAC and heat pump water heater. So I don't know if any of you do not know what heat pump is. Heat pump is a I'm not an engineer, so I can't explain to you how exactly how it works. But basically, it takes the air outside, and even in the cold weather, there is some heat element in the air. So it sucks the air, the heat from the outside, and exchange the air, and that's how it works with the heating and cooling system, and as well as water heater. And even if it's not heat pump, if you are changing it to more efficient HVAC and water heater, you would have tax credit. And then the largest tax credit you can apply for is obviously putting on solar panels on your roof and battery storage. So these last sections, you would get almost up to 30% of the cost of installing as tax credit. So now, if you don't have tax liability, there are other things that's available, and that's what I really am invited to come here to talk to you about, which is the rebates. And the rebates called home efficiency electrified home rebates. This is based on your income level. So if you are low to moderate income household, low income is people can almost get 100% rebate discount. In other words, you don't have to put out any money up front, and you can get those things installed in your home. If you are considered moderate income household, you would be close to 50% discount. And you might be wondering what the low and moderate income household may look like. And by the way, these are I have a list here: heat pump, heating, cooling, stove, electric, breaker box, meaning upgrading your electric panel, and installation, air sealing. All these things, when the law was written, these were listed as eligible to get rebates. But each state had to set up how the rebates were going to be administered. And California, which just rolled out this program back in November of this year, not this year, 24, they decided to take one appliance at a time. So they're currently focusing on heat pump, HVAC system, and water heater. So California's goal is to install 6 million heat pumps by 2030. And so they're really eager to help you put these things installed in your home. So low income household is considered 70% or less of median income, area median income, AMI, and those people who qualify go under that category would get for heat pump water heater or heat pump HVAC system, you will get up to $8,000. It should be sufficient to be 100%, depending on the situation of your home. A moderate income household would get is considered 70% to 150% of area median income, and for those households, you would get $4,000, up to $4,000 point of purchase rebate, which should fall into about 50%. So you might be wondering how to figure that out. So I have this site, and I'm going to show you how that works. And so this is a page where you can check that out. I'm going to show you how that works. So when you go to this page, we just put the Kern County, and then let's say you put your number of people, including children. So let's just say 4, and then let's see how that goes. So if you are a family of 4, and if your household income is $70,300 or less, you would qualify for $8,000 rebate. And if you fall under $131,850 as a household income, you would get up to $4,000 rebate for heat pump water heater or heat pump HVAC. So let me see if I can get back to my presentation page. And then once you know that you qualify for either for $8,000 or $4,000, you go to this page, switches on, and we look for a contractor. And so here you put in, we can put in 93225, 93225, and then let's say heat pump HVAC. And this is going to probably give us both Bakersfield and Santa Clarita. So this is very critical. I want you to see, remember, when this pulls out all the contractors in the area, this goes kind of actually all over the place. But from where we are, we could probably go to Bakersfield or Santa Clarita. Lancaster may be too far, but I want you to notice that there is these stickers under their information, and you have to go to the one that has this this little sticker, HERA rebate. And I'm going to go back to my presentation. So when you go, oops, hold on, I'm going to go to present. And so this is a very critical information, and the ones that doesn't have this sticker but maybe have this other darker blue one are likely be in the process of getting this sticker. You have to register, and you have to go through a really quick training to become a HERA rebate certified contractor. So you go to this site and find contractors that might be in our area and just get in touch with them. And they recommend that you contact at least 3 contractors because they're going to give you a bid, and then you can figure out which is the most beneficial, because they are going to be the one to process the rebate, so you don't have to put money. And if you're under moderate income household, you still have to put out some money. So you might want to check like 3 different companies to see which one's the best for you. And then once you contact those contractors, you go to this HERA income portal. I'm not going to go through this one, but if you go to this, you have to set up your account as new users, and then you verify your income so that the contractors they don't have to check your income. They will, if you go to this site, they're going to give you some kind of a certification or some verification that's like, simple to provide to your contractor to say, hey, I qualify for $8,000 or $4,000. And once you get that certification, they would send you the approval. So one thing I wanted to warn is I've already tried to refer a few people in the area, and so this rebate program just launched in November of 24. It took 2 years, more than 2 years, to set this up. And out of all the states in the US, California and New York were the first one to roll out. So they are kind of still figuring out. It's very complicated. As you can see, as I showed you, you have to go to like 2 different websites to go through this. And I was also on the feedback workshop to give them feedback about, make this more streamlined and easy to follow. So they're working on it. So it's still early in the stage of this program. So they're a little bit complicated. So, but the only thing is that people are rushing to get in line. And we don't know what's going to happen with the new government. We would hope that the new government would keep supporting this bill and keep funding the bill. But right now we have about $450 million allocated in California. That's already being used. And so my recommendation is to get in line. So get the system, the process started now, and it might take a while. I am sad to say that you may not be able to get the HVAC system, installed before the end of this season, but hopefully you will have a working, efficient HVAC system by next winter, and you can get cooling system as well. And then, as you can see, when we looked at the list of contractors, we are in a remote area, and so it's either going to be Bakersfield or Santa Clarita, and all the contractors are still being educated and trained. So it might be hard to find, and when you do find them, they might be busy. So you just have to be patient to work with them. So that is the Inflation Reduction Act rebates, but there are currently more than 300 rebate programs available in the state of California, and you can go to the Switches On website that I was showing you earlier to find other rebate programs. You just put in your zip code, and it'll show you what's available for you. And here are some other, this is the page I was talking about. So this is the resources you can use. The Switches On is the page that you can find whatever is available in your zip code area, whether it's the Inflation Reduction Act, rebates and tax credit, but there are some local and utility-based rebates and incentives available. So you can go to this page and find that out. You just put in your little zip code. And then there is this private entity, but it's working closely with this government program, a company named Quick Carbon. And this company, if you have all these other things, they will help you with the overall plan of how to make your home more efficient. And then they can process your rebates as well. And then lastly, this is my website, homegreenhomes.com. I have different ways that I can help homeowners and renters. And by the way, I didn't mention the renters. The rebates can be available for renters as well. If you're tenant, or if you are a tenant, and if you fall under those low to moderate income category, your landlord can apply for the rebate and still get your home upgraded. And this is just because I'm a real estate agent, I just have to mention that, if you have some of these, if you install some of these features or upgrades in your home, your value would definitely go up. So that was my presentation. If you have any question, I don't know if you have time for any Q&A, but I'm happy to answer, and here's my information if you'd like to contact me later.
Thank you, Izumi. Is there anybody who might have any questions for Izumi?
Thank you, Izumi.
Maybe if you have any of those links that you showed on your presentation, you might want to share them in the chat.
I can definitely share the link to the presentation deck.
Okay, perfect. I think a lot of people in our county could probably really benefit from this program. So
Yeah.